Anthony.
Varun.
Simon.
Puneet. Madhusudan Venkatesh.
Murphy, I'm a human.
Stunning, not so funny.
I'm Jaskirat.
Pradeep.
Giri.
Shivam. Sunil.
Surya.
Reading.
Kukil. Naomi.
Chandra.
George. Varun 22.
Jyoti. Go-getter.
Banman, father of one.
Aniket.
Priya.
Flyvan.
Aditya.
Mevan. Soinkar. Vikas Gaura. Wamasa.
Arpana.
Reading.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Only few will summit, while hundreds plummet. On their way to the top, on Kingfisher Blue Mile, Mission Everest. The Bap of all adventures is back with a vengeance. It's time to celebrate the blue freedom one more time. The Kingfisher Blue has continuously redefined adventure. The story begins 3 years ago, winding under crystal skies and over the icy streams of Ladakh. Chills and thrills with Kingfisher Blue Mile. Treacherous snow to tricky sand. This is no ordinary land. A safari only for the serious khiladi. Next year bikes were back, but the only petrol was the pumping adrenaline. Rafting the rivers, trekking the jungles of Uttarakhand, trudging up the snowy slopes. Coming down from that high was hard in so many ways. A break from the blizzards, the sun and the sand of the Indian Ocean and the Andamans. Heading for the high seas should have been a breeze. But when you go the distance with Kingfisher Blue, upar jao ya niche, you're way out of your comfort zones. Walk a mile in someone else's shoes. Lift your eyes, broaden your mind, expand your horizons. This year, Kingfisher Blue Mile is following in the most intrepid footsteps ever. Retracing the path of Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary, or Junko Tebi, the first woman to conquer Everest. We are going boldly where the boldest of men and women have gone before. Everest Base Camp is the goal, to plant our feet at the foot of the most mighty mountain. एवरेस्ट के नाम पे उठे सबके कदम, पर आखिर में सिर्फ 9 के पैरों में इतनी पहुंच है.
Being the mother of all mountains, I've always dreamt to be on the Mount Everest.
So I don't know why I have this obsession of climbing Mount Everest in my mind all the time.
I badly want to go to Everest Base Camp because just seeing the sight of Everest will make my dream come true somehow.
No matter you would have done a million treks, but you cannot take the Everest Base Camp trek lightly.
Sure, there are risks, but feast your eyes on the reward. Is it any wonder then that the final 9 can't wait to get the show on the road? People are always saying they're feeling on top of the world. That's a lot of hot air. At 8,848 meters high, nearly 30,000 feet, har saans mein, your body gets only a third of the oxygen it's used to. So yeah, Everest will always leave you feeling breathless. For those of you who are bad with metrics, is mountain ki height hai equal to about 2,667 elephants standing atop each other. On the south side, in Nepal, Everest is Sagarmatha, the forehead of the sky. In Tibet, to the north, it is Chomolungma, mother of the universe. The Brits named it after a Surveyor General of India, George Everest. A whole lot of ways to say, you've never, ever seen anything like it. Gulpanag's got more than her fair share of passion. Fitness freak, nature nut, and get this, biker plus aviator. पैर पे पहिए तो हैं ही, पर बाजू में पंख भी. Most importantly, she's got an adventurer's heart. When you're aiming as high as Everest and looking for someone to lead the way, goes your gal.
I've always loved the outdoors, चाहे वो एक impromptu road trip हो या एक well-planned holiday. But nothing pushes my limits and drives my curiosity like extreme adventure. आपने भी experience किया होगा that thrill that comes from taking the road less traveled. But trust me, while everyone may enjoy the occasional jolt of adrenaline, very few can actually endure it. And that's precisely what we're here to test and celebrate at the Kingfisher Blue Mile.
The plan is to ascend from the south side, the colder side, in Nepal. A quick air hop from Kathmandu brings you to Lukla, and it's all uphill from there. That first day is for easing in, just 4 hours up to Phakding. Trekking up as the Dudh Kosi river rambles down will get you to Namche Bazaar, the Sherpa capital. Day 2 is an 8-hour hike and twice as hard. It's time to pause and catch your breath. A rest and acclimatization day. The going's getting rough, but there's extra incentive to tough it out. May we present the place with the first sneak peek at that perfect peak. There's plenty to keep you propped up as you proceed from Tengboche Monastery to Deboche and on to Dingboche. 2 days to do 20 kilometers. Much of it on rock walls stockpiled to clear farmland. As you climb, you start to leave the tree line behind. That means even the hardiest Haryali can't handle this halki hawa. Once you get past Dingboche, you can pat yourself on the back. You've gotten to the glaciers. The distances get shorter. Only 6 kilometers to Lobuche. But remember, your breath is getting shorter too. No cakewalk this. But here's the gorgeous icing. Lobuche to Gorakshep, and you've arrived at base camp. There sits Everest like a cherry on top. And after all that walking, you can have 2 cakes and eat them too. Stamina and spirit in spades. Who's with her? We scoured the country to find 9 others who have what it takes to make it. To get to base camp, they had to go through campouts and not the sing-songs by the bonfire kind. We traveled from big cities like Bengaluru to hill resorts like Bansura, whittling down the huge host of hopefuls to a highly select handful. Multiple crazy courses devised by professionals to put them through their paces, testing their ability to plunge ahead, to pull their weight, to fall with grace, and to rise back up again. They took it all in stride as they climbed closer, reached higher to touch the dream. An all-expense-paid ascent to Everest Base Camp.
मैं अपने personal experience से बता रही हूँ कि one needs to be not just physically super fit but also be mentally and emotionally robust. और ऐसे लोगों को ढूंढने के लिए we went to multiple cities across the length and the breadth of the country, setting up adventure camps and tasks to assess those who truly deserve to make this dream climb.
As long as people have the bit of adventure streak in them, I think one of the big things on their bucket list is to go to Everest, or at least do the Everest Base Camp climb, EBC as the trekkers call it. And I know it's not possible for everybody to do it on their own each time.
This is no solitary journey. You pull together as a team.
You know, it's a great opportunity for people when a brand comes in and creates this environment where we run contests, select people, look at various aspects of what they can and can't do, and take them on an organized trip.
It's about a can-do attitude. What does rafting, rappelling or zip lining have in common with a hike in the hills? Winning the race or acing the test is great. Going the extra mile with a smile, that's what's going to get you to base camp. Before we head up, we're going down south to Ramnagar.